Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Last time out, I managed to make my way over to... where was it? Bologna. Yes, that is where I managed to make my way to, going through a whole number of toll booths, endless toll booths in fact, rather annoying. Unfortunately, ETS2 updated. I have been trying to fix a number of mods and I've decided that I'm going to jump over to Paris to take this particular journey this time around with some petroleum from Lidl apparently to Cargill. It makes no sense. I would have expected that to be from a refinery to a petrol station, but there we go. I have absolutely no idea why this is exactly as it is, but because I have chosen Paris to start in, we are going to have to go through yet more toll booths. I have no idea whether this is going to be a journey I can do in a single video or not, but as I mentioned before, I have removed a number of mods, certain ones that were not working or have been causing problems. I am trying to still determine which mod it is that causes issues at the rear of lorries, at the rear of trailers that is, at night with some weird, I don't know whether it's a level of detail problem or whether it is just a bad texture. I have absolutely no idea what it is that is causing it, but having brought myself down from 130-ish mods, I think, to 112, I think there might be a chance that I have got rid of it. I did some testing. Unfortunately, the time of day meant that I could not actually see which lorries did it, and I could not tell. But there does seem to be more variation now on what is on the roads. I've seen trucks or trailers and combinations that I would not have normally seen previously. So that is really good. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. I need to fill up some fuel. That is for sure. This lorry needs diesel. So I'll do that before I get on the journey. And we'll see how far we can get all the way over to Bern in Switzerland, which should be interesting because we should be right around. This is the whole area of the Alps. This entire area here is all the Alps. So that should be quite interesting once we get there. And as you can see, I have never been in this area. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. Right, getting myself out of here, whichever way I'm supposed to go, I have absolutely no idea. So I'll have to... there we go, right round there. Now, I was going to purchase a new vehicle, but I have not yet got around to doing that. So, obviously, once I figure out what vehicle to purchase, I was thinking an MAN TGX, a MAN TGX might be a good purchase, but I have no idea whether or not that is a modded vehicle that I can purchase. Right, I have to remember that I need to fill up petrol before I get on the motorway. Not sure I need to have headlamps on right now. I know a lot of cars are currently running headlamps, but I do not think I need them. It has been a few weeks again since I have last recorded Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, right, where do I go for this? I think I go this way instead of that way. Yes. There we go. And there's the filling station. Excellent. Let's go ahead and top up the tank at... Is this actually Total? Possibly. Handbrake on. Engine off. Excellent. And let's go ahead and fill it up. So my tank was, I think I was down to about a quarter tank. There's one of the new mods. You can see that helicopter. Well, it has now gone. I want to see if I can get that eventually, but I have no idea how difficult that is going to be to actually get. Seatbelt on as I move off. Had to do that because otherwise I would not have been able to pull out. Now, with the way these traffic lights are, am I supposed to stop before the zebra crossing style stripe or after? Because the dashed line is after it, but I'm assuming that the zebra crossing style... I have no idea whose light that is. Okay. That was very confusing. In fact, this entire roundabout is confusing. What on earth? Okay. I'm very confused. So I had no idea whose red light that was, because that red light was so far away from anywhere where I thought it would be. Am I continuing down here? I am. I do not understand why this is still being marked as 31 miles per hour. I'm pretty certain this is not. Yes, in fact, I am 100% certain this is not 30 miles per hour. Oh no, it is. I just saw the sign. It is. I'll take that back. Why is that so slow? Okay. And then this is 20 miles per hour? What on earth is this? No lane markings, just nothing. I have absolutely no idea. I know this is a roundabout. I have no idea how I'm supposed to use this roundabout. Very carefully, I would say, is how. No, apparently that was even the wrong lane. And then I guess I go into this area? Oh, you're going to open? Yes, you are. That was strange. That was really, really strange. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab the trailer, which I can actually already see. So, freight market. That's one. It is fragile, high value, heavy, hazardous, and urgent delivery. This is going to be interesting. Also, this does not look like Lidl to me. Take a look behind us. Oh, I need to lower my suspension. Not quite. How does this one? Where's the pin for this? Where is the pin? Probably about there. There we go. Okay, let's take a quick look outside. Sure, that's our. That's the journey, or that's the cargo for the next couple of days. Or couple of episodes, maybe. Might be able to do this all in one. Possibly. Let's get that focusing plane in the right spot. Sure, that looks okay. Now, I am still considering ending this series. So, yes. I know somebody did leave a comment saying they just found the series, please do not end it. Well, first off, if you are still watching this episode, welcome to the channel. I do appreciate you being here. But this series has been running for a very long time. And I think it has come to a point where it does need to be retired. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going, so I think this is the way, but I have no clue. Yes, this is the right route. This is also heavy, so I have to bear that in mind. So why is this all 30? Oh, as we go over the Seine with a boat underneath. Immediately an opportunity for a screenshot. I think I just knocked on my microphone and knocked it out. Oops. I've just got to find the right spot for a screenshot here. Decent water. Just nowhere, is there? Alright, hang on. Maybe right at the end. Possibly from here. Maybe. I have no idea. I really have no idea. Yes, as I was saying, whilst I'm faffing around with screenshots, I am still considering ending the series because I think it has run its course. It has been going for years, and that's a terrible screenshot. It doesn't matter. It has been going for years, and I have pretty much run out of things to say in this particular series. Right, into a tunnel. Nevertheless, I think I might keep it going just for a little while longer as I try to decide what to do. This is not the first of the series to be retired, a long-standing series to be retired from the channel. Because, which series? Space Engineers has ended after 7.5 years. Four series in it, but that title is now done, and that was 7 years. That ran longer than this, I believe. There is also Transports Fever 2, which will be coming to a close at some point. So that would be interesting, but that will probably end up being replaced by Transports Fever 3, if that comes out when I'm expecting it to. So I have to try and figure out what I can and cannot do. One way that I was trying to figure out, one way I was trying to determine whether or not this would be something I could continue, was to change up the style of this somewhat. And the way I would do it instead is that as I drive around Europe, I would possibly learn about each city and then share facts about said city as I drove around. And I thought that would be pretty cool. You should be able to see that there are lots of dearie me, what on earth? Why is it every time I come to France, I run into these issues? Every time I'm in France, I run into these issues with traffic. Yes, so perhaps going around the different cities, and as I go through them, talking about them and sharing knowledge about them or the area that I'm in. Some history about what the maybe, I don't know, history of architecture of the areas or the roads, farmland, interesting historical events that might have happened in the area, those sorts of things, possibly. But then, how long will I be able to do that is another question. Toll booth, here we go again. I'm going to try and go through this one. Yes, I can just drive through this. I see a lorry coming up alongside me, so I'm not going to pull into that lane. That lorry is handling, well, yes, I have a much heavier load here, so I'm going to struggle a little bit more to get myself up to speed. But I am trying. I'm definitely trying. There it goes. If you have a look around, you should be able to see a whole different, what would be the right term? Spawn set? Different spawn sets of trailers. Now, very unfamiliar ones to me as we go through all of this, which is really, really interesting, and see if there are any particular favourites that you might see around So I think in testing, I came across a Nintendo one. So a Nintendo one on the road. So to test this, all I did was I just sat at a toll booth. Sat myself down at a toll booth and said, here we go. And within 15 minutes, I think, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a Nintendo trailer popped along. And I thought, oh, that is actually showing up now. This trailer has been in the set for a very long time. But for some reason, it just would not show up. I think that might have been to do with the fact that there were just far too many trailers that were around, and that was causing issues. Why is this person slowed down so much? Why are you doing 50? Why are you doing less than 50? Come on! Are you going to get a move on or not? Am I allowed in that lane? Sorry to the car behind. But I have an urgent delivery and this person is just not doing the speed limit. Despite the fact, if I can do it in a lorry without any issues, I do not understand why they are unable to do it in some sort of SUV. How bizarre. In fact, I'm now going 3 miles per hour. So 60 miles per hour on the dial is about 57 in reality. So I am pretty much doing the speed limit. But keep an eye out for all these different trailers and see if there are any ones that perhaps I've already seen a whole bunch that I have not seen before, which is quite cool. I do like this DHL one, which builds an entire truck and trailer, which is quite fancy. I think I've seen a Michelin lorry do the same thing. So it is good to see. I think I need to get rid of that Lotus one somehow. I have no idea which mod that is. Obviously the Lotus F1 team no longer exists and has not existed for many years. And yet it is still giving me that trailer. Alternatively, I could just go into the trailer files, delete the texture, and well, actually, no need to delete the texture. Just delete it from spawning. Just delete the spawn line for it. That could be a possibility. It is interesting because a few weeks ago I was talking about the longevity of Euro Truck Simulator 2, and now I'm talking about ending it as a series, despite the fact that this sim is probably going to still be going in 4 or 5 years' time. Hello, is that TGV? Oh, what on earth? It's on 2 lines. Well done. Looks like a full-size train. That was the TGV. It wasn't going very slowly, but the colours looked like TGV. Or is it, as I said, or I attempted to pronounce it in France, is it just called TGV or something? TGV. I have no idea. I really do not. Okay, this is a little bit twisty for my lorry, but I'm managing. Certainly managing. Not sure why I keep having this pop in. I should be able to go much further out. Very nice of that car to actually slow down to allow me to slot in. Especially as I'm about to go uphill and cause chaos. Come on lorry. Scania, you can do it. There you go. Hopefully I do make this on time. I'll have to see. I also have no idea when I should end this episode. But what I might do, I think what I might do is for these episodes where I split it and I'm not sure exactly where I should and should not split it, I might just cut it when I need to. See, there's way too many of those Lotus F1 lorries. I just saw 2 in a row. Also, I'm just looking at that Logitech lorry ahead of us. I was wondering when that would spawn in. Fantastic! It is now spawning. Oh, stutter. Not sure I'm going to be able to catch up to it. No, I should be able to catch up to it unless it turns off, or I have to turn off, one or the other. If our paths diverge, then of course I'm not going to see it. But for now it seems to be, yes, it is continuing straight. I am continuing straight on. Great. Towards Strasbourg. Oh, interesting. They've changed lane. Why have they done that? Does the driver know something I do not? No, back into this lane. What is that SUV? Is it a Mercedes of some sort? I've been looking at these modern cars. I say modern cars of the last perhaps 5-6 years, something like that. They all look, there's very few distinguishing features with these cars. They all look very similar, and it really is quite it's quite silly. It just looks dull. Everything is looking a little lifeless, I suppose is the best term for it. Just everything just looks lifeless. I have my foot pinned to the floor here, by the way. I am struggling. I thought this truck would manage it, the cab. Duracell, that's a new one I've never seen. Right, so let's get us over to this side. Oh, why does the line do what it's doing? Okay, I'm going to... Oh my word. Citroen with a death wish. Yeah, well, you have caused... Why? What? Yep, Citroen with a death wish. Dijon. Right, off I go. There's that Logitech lorry. And there's a toll booth coming up. I assume this is where I pay. Do not pull out. Thank you. Right, let me attempt to find the easy way through. If I could find the easy way through, that would be great. I think it is this one. I'm going to guess this is this one. Thank you. Okay. Geneva? Is that what? Possibly. No, I do not think so. It could be. Skies have cleared up completely. Now I'm just driving through the French countryside, which is probably much better than driving on the French motorways. Much, much better. Far more interesting, far more relaxing. Just a better experience, I would guess. National speed limits, whatever that is. I'm going to say 50. It does say 50 on my GPS. But I would have assumed 50 for a lorry anyway. See, it has the same very similar styling to the UK. So the single whites line is the equivalent of our double whites line. So that is quite good. So I can understand that. Obviously the curved arrows indicating that you need to move back in because there is a restricted area coming up where overtaking is prohibited, which is what the single whites line and in the United Kingdom the double whites line denotes. So exactly that here again. And I suppose these are because this is either sharp bends or... Yes, so in this case it is for a sharp bend. In other cases it would be for a junction, for an approaching junction. Can I put this into a high gear? I'll try. I can. I have. It's probably a bad idea. It's just about managing. This is just about managing. Probably going to bring it down again to a lower one. Oop, there's a train that is very tiny. That is not a TGV. I'm in 6th already. And I think I'm about to enter Switzerland, actually. I am. Hello. So how far am I from my destination? Let's find out, shall we? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I am so sorry to everybody around. Oh, this is quite nice. We're in the Alps. That much is for certain. We are definitely in the Alps. What does it say? Here we go. Where would it tell me how long is left? Oh, wait, 2 hours 51. Yep, I'm just going to finish this journey off in this video. I might as well. Just realised I did not need to look at it. There, it's underneath the time and the temperature. Down to 30. I could fill up some fuel, but I actually have plenty, so that's all right. Oh, what was that? I just saw this lorry sort of ping back a little. Back up to 50. Hopefully I am concerned that I might end up being late. But I shall just try my best. That's all I can do, really. Towards Bern. Trees disappearing. Oh, that's destroyed my gearbox. That was a mistake on my part. I'm surprised that didn't just kill the engine. But there we go. Destroy the gearbox, destroy the engine. I should have let that car go. That would have been the smarter thing to do. So yes, that was a little silly of me. Oh, we're joining a motorway. I thought, okay. I thought we were going to stay on the country roads all the way in. That is a shame. That really is a shame. But oh well. That looks a little tight. Get into the right gear, ready to join. Oh no. Okay, well... that did not go to plan. Oh, what did that say? Bern Forest. So I think we are pretty much at our destination. That did not take as long as I thought it would. And also, I do not see the Alps. I'm guessing we've just skirted the edge of them, and so we'll be needing to go into them. Is that some sort of water slide? Certainly looks like it. That does look like a water slide. Westwide. What is this? Clearly something. How am I supposed to cross? Oh, there we go. Good. I was a little bit concerned that how am I supposed to do what it's asking me to do? I say, how am I supposed to do it? Obviously I could. It is just a game, but trying to do it properly, I would think to myself, how am I supposed to go ahead and do this? Okay. We are in the hills, that much is for certain. Yes, we are in the hills. It just is not as hilly as I would have expected, at least not presently. There's another new kind of trailer. Down to 5L. Really try to keep the speed in. But we are around the outskirts. There are the Alps right ahead of us. That is what I was expecting. Just going to be skirting the Alps. Excellent. Oh, is that then Geneva on the other side? Possibly. I'm just trying to think about where I am. That could potentially be Lake Geneva down there. Potentially. I'm not entirely certain. Nevertheless, we are now... Okay, train. We are now definitely heading up into the Alps. And I know I'm not taking screenshots, but it's alright. I'm probably going to use an internal screenshot for this if I cannot get one on this side, which is even better. Right. That could be the thumbnail. Into the Alps. That rock formation looks very, very nice. But I'm not going to be able to... Okay, think very carefully. There. I could take a completely different style of screenshot this time. Potentially. That could maybe, without giving too much away, that can be a thumbnail. Does not give too much of the Alps away. I can call it skirting the Alps or something, because that is effectively what I'm doing. Or is there a better screenshot opportunity coming up? There are better ones coming up, that is for certain. I know I'm leaning forward, it's just because I'm waiting to take another screenshot, so I need to be able to reach the key. Well, once that car gets out of the way. There we are. Skirting the Alps, definitely. Now that looks a little bit more... That looks a little bit more Alp-like. A little bit more mountainous, a little bit more interesting, should we say. How do I move it around? It's like that. Excellent. There we go. Let's now continue. Say continue, let's finish this journey off. Right, yes, jumping off, am I jumping off at this slip road? No, apparently not. So why make me go into this lane? That was silly. Oh, was that a sign for, Shamano? Or Shamano, however it's pronounced. Ice place. In the Alps. There's a racetrack in Gran Turismo that used to be around there. I think there still is one. I think it's Shamano. This is a very nice bridge. Oh wait, no, it isn't quite as nice as I thought. It was a suspension bridge. Oh, I thought it had glass in it. No, this is a terrible bridge. It could have been really, really nice, but alas, it is not. Where am I going to be peeling off is the question. Because at the moment, I think I'm doing a loop all the way around Bern. Although this does look really, really fancy. A scenic place to be driving. A very scenic place to be driving. Right, apparently I have not managed to get rid of the oh, hello. I have not managed to get rid of the mod that has the rental vehicles, apparently. So that is unfortunate. But also it's all right. I've not, to be fair, I have not seen a bunch of cars that are not quite what I was looking for, or not quite out of place, should I say. So I keep knocking my microphone. I need to do something about that. I've not seen cars with weird stickers or anything like that. So that is a good thing. That does not... Why does that not load all too well? Radars. Some satellite dishes. I feel like I could take a really good screenshot if I get this in the right spot. There we go. Oh, never mind. I've just seen the DHL one. I spoke too soon. Cars still exist. For some weird reason. And into this location here. Why am I delivering petrol here? I have absolutely no clue whatsoever, but I am. That is what I'm doing, so I have been tasked to do that, so I shall. Like, this is a farm. Unless this isn't petrol I'm delivering, and instead it is diesel. I think I've just managed to do a proper reverse for the first time in many years. That is surprising. No? Yes. There we go. Excellent. Go ahead and do that. Switch the engine off. And go ahead and disconnect the trailer. Handbrake on. Okay, I managed it without it being late. That's not too bad. Will it take me to level 30? It does. Right, I am now level 30 elite. Next one is going to be level 40, King of the Road. Shall we have a look at the current company job offers? Oh, I've got this as well. Long distance, I guess. Fragile cargo or long distance? I really do not do anything longer than... What has the longest journey I've ever done been? About just over 900 miles, right? So it does not... Oh wait, deliveries up to this, deliveries anywhere. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take it. Actually, wait a minute. This gives me better increases just for things anyway. So 12% higher for important, 20% higher for urgent. I think that's probably a better option. There we go. Let's see what we have. We have some grapes to go over to Germany. We have some peas to go over to Poland. We have, I have no idea what that is. It's just an empty trailer. And we have some containers, or planks, should I say, to go over to Strasbourg in France. To Esso? That doesn't make any sense. Let's have a look around Bern anyway. Is it literally just that? No, I have to exit out of this, don't I? And then back into this. That's how I do it. What do we have? A pressure tanks over to Paris. I'm not going to do that again. Let's not go to France. Peanut butter to Barcelona. Maybe not. Up to Duisburg. Duisburg could be something. Zaragoza. That might be interesting. Journey over to Zaragoza. I've done a lot of this though. So maybe not. What is something that could be interesting? Why is that going to BMW? I have no idea. So I'm not sure exactly what I should be taking from here. And I remember I did say a few episodes ago that I might, just for the sake of videos, I might just start jumping around places a little. So if I can jump over to, for example, Frankfurt, I could pick any of these. I do not want to go there. I could do that. That's all new roads. So I could do that. I'm going to Latvia just to try out different things. That might be interesting. So I'm a little confused. These ones, pneumatic. I cannot seem to get the trailer for these, which is really weird, the actual textures. What's in Rome? Sandwich panels, tomatoes, yeah. So I'll probably figure something out. But for now, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2 for as long as this series lasts. Perhaps I should say that at minimum, it will get to episode 200. I think that is probably a good target. I've only explored 18% of the map, but that 18% of the map has been, it's quite a lot. It really is quite a lot. Yes, I have all of this, all of the Balkans, some of Turkey, that area, Greece, the Mediterranean, all the way along the coast here to still explore. There is a lot that can still be found. There is a lot that still needs to be seen, but I am running out of things to say about this channel. So if you do have ideas, or channel, about this title, if you do have ideas, please remember to leave that in the comments box so I can read them, and then I can try and make some sort of a determination as to whether or not I can do that. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2, where I'm going to do one of two things. Either I'm going to take another journey, or I'm going to see if I can buy a couple of lorries, a couple of cabs. That might be something I'll do instead. Not entirely certain yet. So yes, make sure you stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll see you then.